Well, some new advertising now. The life insurer Assupol celebrating those who serve others in its latest brand campaign. We're going to take a quick look at the ad and then speak to the company's Velma Nzembela. Let's take a look at the ad first.
There will be no monuments here. Not for those with bent backs and swollen feet. No hall of fame for those who nurse us back to health. Or applause for those who protect us from harm. No praise for those dedicated to keeping jobs. Or for mothers who feed a family of 7 in a house built for 3. Or those who chase taxis before sunrise and trains after sunset. Or for those who make the money that makes the world go round with barely enough to go around. No, there will be no monuments here, except for the ones your family build. And when they do, we'll be there with them, serving you in life and in death.
All right, that's the ad then. So let's delve behind the thinking. A very warm welcome to you, Velma.
Thank you.
What then is the strategy driving this? Those who serve, you want to celebrate them. Why?
Jeremy, our industry is very cluttered. Lots of competition that is entering our industry. And what we've seen when we did research is that the bigger established brands will actually start gravitating towards competing head-on with the smaller companies, with the challengers. And what often happens is that everybody starts moving away from the leadership, the expertise, the authenticity of the brand. And so you often find that everybody talks about affordability, the price of the product, and the turnaround time on how long we take to pay the claim. And that is very crucial and very key to the market we serve. But what we often miss is to communicate what we actually do as a company, what we stand for, what we do, and for whom we actually do it. And what we wanted to do with this brand is really just to communicate. And at the heart of our advert is really to celebrate service in our country, to celebrate those who serve. You know, we did a research and it suggested that about 12% of South Africans work a minimum of 60 hours per week, which is actually higher than the allowed time by Department of Labour. And what we want to do with this advert is really just to celebrate that service. And what we wanted to do with this advert is to put them at the center of what we do and celebrate them.
And how do you do that? How do you take that celebration of service then and translate it into what your brand stands for? That's the important link that you're trying to make.
Yes, absolutely. And our story really started back in 2012 when we launched our brand advert with the late Brahim Masekela, who is such an embodiment of service himself. And we launched our tagline at that time of serving those who serve. And what we've done with this advert, we worked with one of the agencies, Joe Public, and our brief to them was very clear in that we want this to celebrate service. And every person who is in our cast is actually in the profession of the role that they played in our advert. So the teacher is
so no actors at all, huh?
There are a few, yeah, but the most of them are actually in those professions.
So let me put this to you, that you're putting service at the very center of what you do.
Yes.
I appreciate that and I acknowledge that. But what you're also doing is you're setting yourself up potentially to fail, because unless you deliver on that service ethos that you're referring to, people are going to see through this. We were speaking a little earlier about the importance of authenticity these days in terms of brand marketing. Unless you live up to that promise,
yes,
you're dead in the water. You must have evaluated that risk.
100%. And this, we're not actually starting to serve our clients. We've been doing it. Service has always been in the center of what we do since 1913. And what we're doing is actually an extension of ourselves. It's an extension of the service that we are already providing. We've actually won a few awards in terms of service. We won the CFI Service Awards for 4 years in a row, from 2015 until 2018. And I think that is testimony to how we serve our clients within Assupol.
So how then do you measure the success of a campaign like this? Is it sale of policy? Is it a better feeling towards the brand? What do you look for?
I think what we're trying to do is, it's not about selling the product. This is a positioning. So we are recommitting ourselves to the market we serve, to say we are here, we see you. You know, when people talk about those who serve in the public service, so often you hear about corruption and this. And what we're trying to do with this, and we are inviting South Africans to actually be a part of this campaign, to say, let's look at them differently. Let's all show gratitude to what they do, because they serve.
Thank you very much for joining us. An interesting insight into a new advertising campaign. Appreciate your time. You can let us know what you think of this particular campaign, like it or not, and our other stories as well on our social media pages. Next week on the program, a 60-year-old car magazine is reinventing itself to appeal to a younger, digitally savvy market. Until then, goodbye to you. Thank you for watching.